I can use a ruler to measure lengths in whole, half, and quarter inches. When you look at a ruler, what we're focused on is whole, half, and quarter inches. So your whole inches are going to be the big dark lines with numbers written underneath them. 1, 2, 3, 4. A generic ruler you might get at the store is going to be up to 12 inches. You might use a measuring tape. Again, you'll have your inches themselves are numbered, the whole inches. A half inch is going to be that longest line between inches. So between the beginning, or 0 and 1, that longest line, right in the middle is your half inch line. Between 1 and 2, right here, would be 1.5 inches. 2 and 3, 2.5 inches. 3 and then 4 is not labeled, but 3.5 inches here. Then your quarter inch line is going to be right in between your half inches. So like here's half an inch, well here would be quarter, half, 3/4, 1. 1.25, 1.5, 1 3/4, 2. 2.25 inches, 2.5 inches, 2 3/4, 3. 3.25 inch, 3.5, 3 3/4, 4. 4.25 inch, 4.5, 4 3/4, 5. It would just continue on counting in that pattern. But that's our learning target. We end at quarter inches. On a ruler, you're going to see a lot more lines. You have eighths and sixteenths. You'll actually see 3 lines or 4 spaces between each quarter inch. So on your ruler, try to focus in on these 3 brown lines, and there's going to be these little orange ones. They won't be colored like that on your ruler. They'll all be the same color. But you want to ignore these ones for the purpose of measuring to the nearest quarter, half, or whole inch. Just focus on the ones that are drawn. And in the pictures in this video, that's all you're going to see. But I want to make you aware that these little lines do exist, and it's going to take some practice getting used to measuring things and ignoring them. So whole inch. You have 1, 2, 3, and here's a little worm or string or whatever, and it comes right here, right about to the 3 inches. So this worm would be 3 inches. And that's just nearest whole inch. Now the half inch, you're looking at right where that half inch line comes. So here's 2, here's 3. This would be 2.5. But I caution you, this one was put up here to trick you. It starts at 1. It doesn't start at 0. So if your measurement, maybe you're trying to measure something in a corner somewhere and you can't get your ruler in there just right. So sometimes this happens. You've got to offset your measurement. So you got to start counting from 1. 1 inch and then another half. So this is really only 1 1/2 inch. If you were to slide the ruler down, it would only go to 1 1/2. Or you could measure it like this. 2 1/2 minus the whole inch is going to equal 1 1/2 inches. So you took away this spot here that you need to consider when determining your measurement. The actual measurement of this worm is going to be 1 1/2 inches. Now let's measure the quarter inch. We do start at the beginning. Good, no tricks here. 1, 2, 3 whole inches, 3 1/4, 3 1/2, 3 3/4, and it's right here by the 3 3/4 mark. So this worm is 3 3/4 inch, or inches. I can use a ruler to measure lengths to the whole, half, and quarter inch. So on this ruler, I drew a worm, and I put in your quarter, half, 3/4, and whole inch marks. And you need to tell me how long is this worm. So he starts at 0, comes all the way out here. How many inches is he?